Hey Warriors, it's Coach Paulina here and welcome to day 2. For today we have 15 minutes of an AMRAP. So for today it stands for as many rounds as possible. So let's start with the first exercise. We have a lunge to press, which you're gonna be doing 8 on each side. So grab onto your mace, over position, and send it to your side. So whichever leg is touching the mace, that's gonna be your stable leg. We're going to move your opposite side. So for me, it's gonna be my left leg is going to lunge. And then as I come up, I'm going to uppercut to press. So that front arm is going to press overhead. And I want you to think of pulling that mace apart as best as you can to then reset into your reverse lunge, uppercut, press. So the most difficult part of your uppercut press is going to be trying to keep your hips centered and forward and really just rotating from your mid-back versus your whole entire body. So just rotating from your thoracic spine, keeping tension on the mace to go into that overhead press. Once you've done 8 on your right, go ahead and switch. 8 on your left. Remember, today's workout is for rounds. As long as you hit those reps with good control and a nice pace, that's going to be the goal. Cool. Your next exercise is a shuffle to a downward strike. So we have a little bit of an athletic component, which is going to be a lateral shuffle. If you haven't done these before, let's practice just the footwork first. So if we're starting to center and we want to move to the right, you're going to initiate with your right foot, step together, step, step together, step. So this is your shuffle. And then when we add in that downward strike, we're going to pivot the outside leg and really brace through the knees. Shuffle, pivot, shuffle, pivot. So if you ever get confused with your downward strike, I want you to set down your mace and just practice the footwork. Now, to pick up your steel mace, you're gonna go into an under-over grip, and as you shuffle, it's gonna be an under-over switch. So, I have to think about this now. There we go. Strike, under-over switch, strike. So, take your step outwards as you go into your under-over position, and then as you pivot your leg, you're going to strike your mace down to the ground. Come back up to center, initiate that lateral shuffle and downward strike. See, for me, it took 2 seconds to kind of get the flow of this exercise. It can get confusing, so like I said, drop the mace, practice your footwork. For your strike, I want you to think of speed. So really thinking about punching something, boom, and pulling apart your mace as you do so. Great. Conditioning, it's real. You're gonna feel like your heart rate's picking up for that one. If I haven't already mentioned, that's for 10 total. So you're alternating sides, just 5 on each side. Next up, we have a squat to press. So you're gonna grab onto your mace with an over position, keep it in a front rack. So steel mace front racks are a little bit different. You wanna think of keeping your elbows right underneath the mace. Getting into your squat position, you're going to inhale, pull that mace apart, then exhale, come up with an over switch. With your over switch, that outside hand is going to slide up towards the steel mace head, so you're almost gonna make a T position, and then you're gonna flip and switch your other hand to the end of the handle. So outside hand coming up towards the top and switch. So you have 10 total of your squat to overs. Next, we're gonna go into a plank row. So you're gonna set your mace down. We're gonna get into a tall position. And for a little bit of a challenge, I want you to keep your feet together. If you're still practicing these, your feet are going to be slightly apart. So you're going to exhale and row that mace upwards till your elbow bends at 90. Big exhale. And then try not to shift your hips too much. So creating a nice core stability and contraction as you go into your row. So notice how the handle stays on the ground, and you're gonna hit 8 on each side. So just to go over it, we have 8 lunge to press. Remember, this is 1 on each side, 8 on each side, and then 10 shuffle to downward strike, using that footwork, getting your heart rate up. Then we have 10 squat to over-overs. So focusing on that over-over switch, and then 8 and 8 plank to row. So as many rounds as you can for that one. Feel free to take a rest after each set. And then just keep working for a total of 15 minutes. Once you're done with 15 minutes, we have 3 rounds of core. So we have 5 and 5 Turkish get up. We're only doing a halfway range for this, which I'm gonna demo. And then we have 5 and 5 plank pull throughs. So for Turkish get up, you're going to grab your mace about 1 to 2 inches away from the head itself, just so we can stabilize the mace a little bit better. You're gonna lie all the way down and press the mace up and overhead. So if my right arm is going to start, that means my right leg is going to bend, and we're gonna Turkish get up towards that left leg. Your left arm is gonna be out on a 45-degree angle, and this is gonna be your anchor. You're really pushing through the ground here. So you're going to exhale, contract your abs, and come up into this half Turkish position. And then we're going to push through our left hand to come into a seated position. Then your right foot is pushing through the ground, your left leg stays nice and long. You're going to exhale and bridge. So that's all we're doing for your Turkish. We're not going all the way up into a standing position, just kind of focusing on staying close to the ground and rolling all the way down back to your start position. So inhale, push through your right foot, push through your left arm, crunching towards your left leg. Exhale, seated position, exhale, bridge. So for Turkish get up, half range, 5 on each side. Then next up we have 5 and 5 plank pulls. These are a little bit different. So instead of going from side to side, now we're going to extend the mace all the way out. So this is how it's gonna start. And you might want a little bit more of a smooth surface just to help push the mace on the ground. So you're gonna see what I mean. Wide feet and really push your hands through the ground. So we're gonna start, right arm here is going to grab onto the steel mace. We're about centered on the mace. You're going to bend through the elbow, push the mace to the side, pull through, back to starting position. Inhale, exhale. So notice that big extension of my arms out to the side, then pulling that mace through. So we do get some rotation from your mid-back, but try not to shift your hips too much. So to go over that, we have 5 and 5 Turkish get-ups, halfway, and then 5 and 5 plank pull-through. So think of big extension and then really creating a contraction with your core. Good luck with this one. It's a full day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you on day 3.